Yo, 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 what's going on, you guys? Extreme Life Darius tuning in from South America, man. We in Colombia, all right, where the best riders in the world are, man. Listen, I got something to talk about today. This channel is going to be now dedicated to motorcycle riders, sport bikes in specific. These guys want to become elite, man. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to become elite. I see myself and I identify as an elite rider. And, I want to find like-minded individuals, man, guys that are hungry, guys that are a bit obsessed with being their best on a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? And maybe just in life in general, because the way you do one thing is how you do everything, man. Whatever you decide to do, man, you just want to be the best at it. So I want to dedicate my channel to that. And yeah, that's all I really want to talk about, man. How to become better in each and every way. So in this video, crashing a motorcycle is not common. All right. Now you probably wondering what are you talking about, bro? You hear all these things, right? The generic, the cliche. Oh, it's not if you crash, it's when you crash. Oh, it's just a part of the game. Organ donor this and organ donor that. Crash, crash, crash. Man, listen, it's super rare. Think of it like this, man. How often do you fall on your day to day when you're just walking around? You wake up, you walk throughout your day, right? You're doing different things. How often do you fall? Is it possible? Yes, of course it's possible. But it's not common to just be falling every day. Not even once a week. Not even once a month. You can go years without falling. That's the reality. It's possible, and we've all fallen. Just walking up some steps, trip on the last step, slip, fall. Yeah, it happens, but it's not as common as we think. It's super rare to just be walking around and falling. Bro, who does that? It's not no. If you're falling, you're probably rushing. You're going too fast. You're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? How do you fall? It's really hard, actually. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking your time, it really has to be some out of the world shit for you to just fall. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy, unexpected, but just that's not common. On your day to day, it's not common. So if you think about the motorcycle, it's the same exact thing. To just ride your bike and just be crashing all the time or falling all the time, or just be you know what I'm saying, just you're either riding too fast, you're not really paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're not riding fast, but you're still going a little bit too fast for your skill level. You know what I'm saying? Your awareness isn't as sharp as it needs to be. It's not magic, bro. You don't just, accidents don't just happen. Oh, it's just a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? No, bro. You could have been a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And if you do find yourself to catch a penalty, it's just a wake-up call that you need to be a bit better, bro. That's just what it boils down to. Now, a lot of guys might not agree with me, but if you can't do what I do on a motorcycle, then maybe you should just be a little bit open-minded. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't been riding as long as me, just be open-minded. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm right or wrong, but to just shut it down and just, oh no, well, I always heard it to be said this way. Well, I'm presenting to you a new idea. Crashing is not common, bro. It's not, all right? Now, most crashes come from very few things. All right, I'm about to tell you right now. All right, you get too comfortable, too cocky. All right, you think you got it. That's when the bike surprises you, and like you just let your guard down. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it. That's really it. Okay. Like for a freak accident to happen, it's like hitting the lottery. You know what I'm saying? If you paying attention, you know what I'm saying? You keeping yourself humble, all right? You're not riding over your abilities. Bro, motorcycles are pretty safe. You know, I'm in South America and it's the number one transportation. If I call an Uber right now, they're gonna pick me up on a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like having a car. It's just transportation. Nothing is really dangerous about it. They always say it's not the bike, it's the rider. Yeah, it's the rider. The bike ain't danger. The rider might be a danger to himself because the way he rides, the skill level he's at, the awareness that he has. You know what I'm saying? The truth is, a lot of guys are just not as good as they think they are. So, you know, it just really takes them to just slow down a lot more. Slow down more, pay attention more. You know what I'm saying? Adopt a mindset to where you put more pressure on yourself and hold yourself to a higher standard. You know what I'm saying? If something happens on your watch, and you got to take accountability for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're like super, super fresh and you're super, super new, like there's just things where it's just like, bro, you're doing all the things that I'm saying to not do, and you're not aware of it. You're riding a little bit too fast. Sometimes you make some progress. You get a little bit too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And if no one points these things out to you, you're just paying the price all day long. So, you know, you're going to learn one way or another. You know, the bike will always teach you. If you're not coming correct, the bike will teach you. You know, that's what it really comes down to, bro. If you don't come correct, the bike will humble you. That's why it's best to stay humble. You know, like me, I ride my bike pretty much paranoid. I'm never relaxing. Like at any moment, I'm like, bro, you know, I'm out on the battlefield. I'm always on guard. It's like I'm paranoid. You know what I'm saying? I'm never just acting like I'm in a car. You're on a motorcycle, man. So if you're not having that respect for the bike and that type of on edge where it's like, man, anything can happen at any time. So I'm going to stay double alert and double on guard all of the time. You know, that's what someone would do if they really respected the motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much like, man, if you really stay on point, you don't get comfortable, you're paying attention, you're not going over your abilities, it's super rare to crash, bro. I can't remember. It's been years. It's like the same as walking. When the last time you just tripped and fell for no reason? It's happened, of course. It's happened multiple times throughout your life, of course. But I really can't remember the last time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something I'm concerned about. You know? I don't believe I'm gonna fall today. You know what I'm saying? Is it possible? Of course. But like the chances are super unlikely. And I feel like a lot of guys just have the mentality that, oh man, you're just gonna be falling. Like no one thinks like that when it comes to walking. Man, you're just gonna be falling. You might fall today, bro. It's dangerous. Come on. And like think about like lifting weights. If you lift a weight that's a little bit too heavy for you, you run the risk of dropping the weight, right? And that's kind of the same thing when it comes to just pushing the pace that is unnecessary. Like, drop your pace, because when you drop your pace, you have more time to think, you have more time to react. Okay? Accidents happen because there just wasn't enough time to react appropriately. So what's the easiest thing you can do? Buy yourself more time. How do you do that? Slow down. Slow down. All right? How do I avoid not dropping the weight? Lift less weight. So, I'm gonna end it right here, man. All right, if you haven't seen me ride, listen, I ride 1,000 cc's. Yeah, I'm very proud of that. I treat the bike like a BMX bike, you know, and I love it, man. That's what I teach other riders how to do, man. I teach them how to master the bike and just, like I said, become an elite rider. These ideas that I'm sharing with you, these are not average. You're not gonna hear these from average guys. They gonna tell you what you've been hearing, all right? Forget all that. If you wanna become elite, this is how you need to start thinking, man. This is how you need to start behaving and start moving on the bike. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the bike. We all know that. It's about the rider, okay? And the rider don't have an extra arm or extra leg, okay? The only difference is what's going on inside the rider's mind, all right? How they think. That determines how they operate when they get on the machine and what they'll be able to do or the levels that they'll be able to unlock. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys been riding for a very long time and you notice they just never get better. Like, you've been riding for 20 years and you can't control your rear brake. When your front wheel lift up, you start panicking. You're like, come on, man. That's some average shit right there. You just average, man. Like, how you don't know your bike, how you don't know how to operate your brakes. You know what I'm saying? You only use your front brake. It's like only having use of half of your brain. If your brain has two halves, and this half of your brain controls this half of your body, the other half of your brain control this half of your body, but you can only use one half, then you're pretty handicapped, right? If you can only use one brake, when you got two brakes, but you're only competent with one brake. It's like only being competent with one hand. It's like you walk around doing everything with one hand. You riding around doing everything with the front brake, and it's like your rear brake don't even exist. That's the average rider right there. Can't use the rear brake. Chasing wheelies, not picking it up, not confident in that aspect. If they accelerate a little bit too hard, oh snap, oh. So you know what I'm saying? Like a fully competent rider, he's a master of the front brake, he's a master of the rear brake, he got master on the throttle control. He's well-rounded, all right? And it's crazy to think that that's all you need to be in the 1% of riders. Being dominant with both right and left side, front and rear brake. If you got the front brakes down and the rear brakes down, front brakes don't even count. Everyone got that. If you got the rear brake down, you could pick your bike up, control it with the rear brake. You know what I'm saying? Hold your speed, slow it down, because you just got so much control over that rear brake. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've reached a level that people just don't reach these days, man. It's super rare. So anyways, man, I'm going to cut the video right here. If you want to become an elite rider, I've actually created a training ground that's online where riders can sign up and join, work with me, get feedback from me. You know what I'm saying? and join the journey with other riders that want to become elite, master the bike, learn how to pop it up confidently, without all the extra trial and error because you're just not really clear on how to approach it, right? You know what I'm saying? You will cut your learning curve by years, right? Because you'll be tapping into my insights, my experiences, and then sharing experiences with other riders on the same exact journey. All right, it's one of the best things you can do in the case that, in your city, you might not have elite riders. You might got some guys with a couple nice bikes, but they're not confident, you know what I'm saying? They speed a lot, but no real control, you know what I'm saying? If that bike come up, they're not gonna really know what to do with it. They're not using their rear brake. If that's the case, then you need to get around the right group of people that are where you want to be or they're on the same mission working towards that common goal. So, that's what I did to get to this level. And I know it'll change your life. So if you're interested in that, join in 100X Rider, man. Click the link below and come train with us, come ride with us, and take it to the next level, man. Peace.